No, wait, did you just say Jungkook, bro? Wait. Yeah, her face? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and find myself getting into this recording. Hello, it is nice to see you. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time here, and hello to those who are returning. As you all may know, if you have seen my guides, and also a few other videos on the channel, you would know that I am doing a TWICE deep dive. Now, if you're ever curious as to whenever I'm like filming these things, you can kind of see the date and the time and stuff up in the corner over there. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but it is over there. And I am supposed to be recording my first album reaction of this deep dive today. Now, for those of you who have participated in the poll, there was a poll up and over on the channel. Now, the first few days of that poll, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, you guys were annoying. You guys kept splitting the vote for the polls, and I'm like, broskies, I'm just trying to see which album I should start with, because, again, if you didn't know, I think I also put this in the post, but I've also kind of like put this in a few other comments, and it probably made comments and videos as well. But I had every intention of starting with the With Youth album, mainly because I was really excited to kind of get into content from around that era, and so that was just kind of gonna be what it was for me, especially with that being the most recent content. Obviously, aside from This Is For, Enemy, Strategy, that content is more recent than older content, obviously, right? So it's like by the time I get to the With Youth era, starting from the very first album, that content's going to be like incredibly old. And so that's kind of the reason as to why I wanted to start with the With Youth album. However, I am pliable. Because this deep dive doesn't really have much of a structure, I figured here's how things are gonna go, right? I think that it's fine to have kind of you guys involved in this thing with me too. Obviously, at the very end of the day, it's my deep dive. This is me getting into TWICE, so I can do whatever it is that I want to do. However, I figured I would kind of split things, meaning you guys are going to get to decide where it is that I start in regards to the albums. I'm going to decide how it is that I do the variety content. So what I'm going to do, I am indeed going to start with the Story Begins album. We're going to be taking a look at that today. However, in this video that you're seeing, it's going to be the music video. I'll get to that in a second. And then in regards to the Time to TWICE, in regards to their vlogs, instead of just kind of picking what it is that everyone wants to see, I'm just going to start from the beginning. That's what I'm going to do. If I was doing this deep dive on my own, that's what I would have done anyways. I wouldn't have skipped around with content. And so for the vlogs, starting from the very first vlog, for the Time to TWICE, I'm starting from the very first Time to TWICE, and then we'll go up. Now, I know there are some like specific Time to TWICEs that you guys wish to see, but I'm like, if there is some information that carries over to other Time to TWICEs, maybe not every single episode, but like even to some degree, I might as well just start from the beginning and go on from there. It's what I would do anyways, and I'm like, again, it's my deep dive, so I might as well do it the way that I would normally do it for myself. It's what's the most comfortable for me, right? Now, again, while I said you guys are looking for very specific words, remember, do note, I have to emphasize this. This is my deep dive, but I will get around to those. I mentioned before, if variety content from TWICE is something that you're interested in, definitely go over and follow the Patreon so that you know when that kind of content gets uploaded, because all of it is going to be uploaded over onto the Patreon. That's where you'll be able to find it. Other than that, I don't really have too much to say. Again, as I said, we're going to be starting with the Story Begins album, and today, in this video specifically, I'll have to reiterate this all again once I, like, do the part for recording the album, but I realized that while this is normally something that I would do on stream, and I will be doing this on stream later, I will be rewatching the music videos on stream because I am doing this album reaction a bit sooner, and I didn't stream yesterday. I'm having to record my reaction also to the music video on a day that I'm not streaming, which is the day after I was supposed to stream, and I think a couple days before that gets uploaded. Now today is Tuesday, as you can see, and so if you have not already seen it, my reaction to the 2025 guide has already been posted, both parts. And so if you're interested, definitely go check those things out. Also check out the very first guide that I took a look at as well if you haven't seen that. But I'm not going to yap too much longer. I've already been talking for 5 minutes now. And we're just going to go ahead and get into the reaction. I'll see you in a second. Okay, we are now here to take a look at Like Ooh-Ah, the music video. Now, I have to preface this with, I said this in the guides, the introduction guides. I am someone, while I am deep diving twice, I am not completely unfamiliar with them. I have listened to all, if not almost all of their title tracks, if I'm not mistaken. And so that includes Like Ooh-Ah. I have seen the music videos for all, if not almost all of them. And therefore, it'll be me like rewatching those music videos. Now, it has been a long time since I've seen some of these. Like Ooh-Ah, I've probably seen either sometime this year or like sometime last year. So it's not as like old as some others. However, I did kind of want to go back into this, refresh myself again, and just listen to the song again, especially since we're going to be listening to it again on the album. So I figured, why the hell not? Take a look at the music video and we'll do it. Now, disclaimers before we get into this. The same thing applies for when I stream. If you are someone who does not like people who pause a lot, I do that. I do it a lot. I do it a lot. So if that's something that you're not interested in or something that you don't like, definitely find someone else who does not do that as much as I do. Other than that, if you see anything that you like in this video, definitely do the cringy YouTuber thingies of like, commenting, and subscribing. Any one of the three, it helps me. And me saying this sometimes works, but I'm not gonna yap anymore. Again, I've been yapping for the longest of times. I keep saying that I'm not gonna yap, and I continue to yap. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this music video twice. Like ooh-ah, ooh-ahhha게. MV, let's go. Do I have subtitles on? I do. I am aware that Bangchan, and I want to say maybe Felix, is one of the two from Stray Kids are in this video. As zombies. My friend pointed that out to me. It's such a good debut song. Oh my gosh, bro! Look at the baby face Geo. I feel like most of them kind of have like the same face as like 2015 when they debuted. But like some you can really see like the baby face. I kind of saw it with Nyan a little bit too, but for the most part, they look the same. Yeah, like right there, I see. Bangchan to the right. That is not Felix to the left, I don't think. I can't recall who the other person is. The guitar. No, wait, did you just see Jungkook, bro? Wait. Yeah, her face? I'm not gonna lie, this. No, this Nyan look, my goodness. Momo too. Wait a minute. 3. Okay, 7. Where are the other 2? Wait, what is that? Hold on. What's really cool about this is because I'm not just casually listening to this song, I actually get to pay attention a lot more to the sounds that are happening in it too, so this is actually really fun for me. And there are things that I haven't noticed. Yeah, that! Wait, did you look at this guitar right in the back? Yes. Ballerina Mina. I feel like, even though I know they're just being like cutesy there, I feel like I just watched the 2025 guide. I think like a couple of days ago now. I can't remember when I filmed it. But seeing Sana kind of like trip there reminds me of how she's the clumsy one. Wow. Nah, bro, they would. Yeah, I'd have been stuck like that if I was even able to get it up like that in the first place. She's so. I love her, dude. I also kind of love how in that bit of a sequence we just had Misama. That reminds me of something. Is it, maybe not. Maybe I'm, like, misremembering this, but for some reason when I heard that, or whenever I do hear that, every time I hear that part in this song, I feel like I'm reminded of, what's the Japanese anime? Or on High School Host Club. That's the one that it's reminding me of for some reason. I can't remember what the theme song of that, because it's been so long since I've seen that anime. But for some reason, every time I hear the I just want to fall in love part, for some reason, I get reminded of that anime. Such a good dance too, bro. Are they fighting? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They're just like pushing each other right here in the front. Wait a minute. The little jump was cute. Wow. See, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I can't be reminded of the guy. Like, you're being the clumsy one here. Turn it up. Nah, bro, but imagine actually being in a zombie apocalypse and having the time to just have a dance break. It would be crazy work, dude. This outfit on Momo is insane. Like, I'm sorry, I need to listen to it again. I just wanted to finish that part. Yeah. That was Jihyo, correct? If I'm not mistaken, it was Jihyo or Nayeon, but I'm going to assume that it was Jihyo. Yeah. I said this in another guide. I said this in another guide too, I think. That or I said it in the This Is For music video reaction. Jonghyun's face card never declines. Like, none of theirs do. They're so cute. I love that, bro. Wait a minute. And just get like a proper look at all of them. I love this. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, what is? I can't. Is that like a jacket or a shirt? That that Jonghyun is wearing. I'm like just looking at all of their outfits. I love like the toy shirts that Gio has too. Also, I don't know if this continues. I'm assuming it stops eventually, but their music videos has some kind of a continuation, right? And they all have powers, if I'm remembering right, because my friend and I, we watched Signal. Again, I don't know if it was like earlier this year or sometime last year, but we definitely watched Signal together. And we saw like a lot of like their superpowers essentially in it. Now, I don't know if that's something that like starts later with them or if it like starts earlier. And I feel like there is also some form of a storyline that continues. Now, again, as someone who primarily focuses on the music, definitely I'm gonna need you guys to help me out in being able to like pick up on those things when I get to it. Because again, my primary focus is always on the music, and so it's very easy for me to miss things like that. One in regards to maybe like the storyline, or in regards to again them having something like superpowers. Something like that would very easily go over my head because I'm so into the sound, and again, just their voices as well. So I don't know if that starts here because I'm seeing this little bit right here. Obviously, we haven't finished it yet, and maybe a little bit of that will be picked up by me. But for sure, when things truly start to go like deeper into a story, or we start to discover powers of theirs, let me know, because again, that'll go over my head. Yeah, oh my god. Wait, I just jumped and swing above most feet. Look, I have to see this. Yo, look at them right there in the front. I missed it, right? See me now? My goodness. Wow. I actually like that skirt. I went too far back. Yeah, I like that. Well, it's not a skirt. It's like shorts. But what would you call this? Because it's not a skirt. It's not that, because I feel like skirt would have been all the way across, but I like this one. They play it first when it's most. Yo, I see man Moody in the corner. Yo, what is going on? Yo. Someone remind me who the other person was from Stray Kids, because I was finding myself kind of like, yo, the makeups, yo, for the zombie, I cut myself up. So let me know who the other Stray Kids member was, because I was kind of looking in the back to see if I could find them again, but I know it's Bangtan, and I can't remember who the other one is. I don't know if it was Lino or Han or someone else. I couldn't really tell. It could have been Felix, but I couldn't really tell there. Or maybe it was just Bangtan and someone else. I thought it was two, but it could have just been him. So cute, bro. Okay, so that kind of wraps up our, I guess, rewatch essentially of Twice's like ooh-ah. Again, it's been like a minute. It's not been insanely long. It hasn't been years since I've seen this, but I've definitely seen this video within either sometime earlier this year or the end of last year, somewhere around there. But it was so good to actually just watch this again, because again, I'm not just here this time watching and listening to this casually. I'm actually able to pick up on sounds that I haven't heard before. And I think that's something that's going to be really fun and interesting when I get into these music videos of theirs, for sure. And I really look forward to it. In terms of saying this, I'm so glad that I actually did take a look at some guides before getting into their stuff, because again, I feel like some things that I saw in the guides are somewhat it's already started translating to the music video, and so I'm starting to take notice of certain things because of the information that I've received in the guide. So that's actually really cool too. Being able to have like a bit of context on the members themselves as opposed to just like going into this blind like I did the first time I ever watched this. It's so interesting to do that. I'm really glad that I did this because I feel like if I was to be someone who did a deep dive on Twice on my own, I don't think I've looked at yeah, I don't think I've looked at guides. I've never done that. I've just like gone into their content and learned that way. And so I get to look at these music videos with a different perspective than if I was just someone who went into this stuff on my own. So that's really, really cool. Um, in terms of like era, I am actually about to go into listening to the album after this. But in terms of this era, I am going to be looking at some content from this era. So I'm going to be looking at dance practices. I'm going to be looking at maybe other performances that they may have done around this time, but I'm also, again, I'm going to be looking at content from around this era. So that stuff should probably start getting posted next week, as you'll see this music video reaction as well as the reaction to the album up on Thursday, when you're watching this, actually, hopefully. Or if, like, you're someone who comes around later down the line, whenever it is that you're watching it, all of that will already be posted. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this music video reaction up. Again, if you enjoyed anything that you saw here today, definitely do the cringy YouTuber thingies of like, commenting, and subscribing. Any one of the three, it is helpful to me, and me saying this sometimes works. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the album first listen. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon, hopefully.